Hello, hello. Here we are. We're going to do a reading. And to start us off, I am going to light some incense. I'm doing a reading on myself, but Spirit asked for me to record it so that perhaps whatever, because I am me and you are you. And together we are all. As individuals, we are all. And so what resonates for me will likely resonate for you. Today we're going to be working with a few different decks. First and foremost, medicine cards. This is my oldest deck. It's obviously incredibly worn, been with me through many variations. Lovely Ladies Tarot by Brittany Keller. We have the Isis Oracle by Alana Fairchild. We also have The Mystique of Madeline by Cheryl Yambrough Rose. And then I have two decks here from Rebecca Campbell, the Rose Oracle and the Healing Waters Oracle. Just felt really called to these today. So we will get to the oracles at the very end. But we're first going to start with a medicine card so that we can know whose medicine we are receiving today. So here we go. I won't necessarily read from the medicine cards. I've been working with these for a while, and they, I know their medicine. So here we go. I know their medicine, and yet I am a student always of their medicine. They have much to share. Spirit. Squirrel. That's really funny because I've actually been seeing a lot of squirrels lately. So let's texture this. Ooh. Add one more. Two more. The head. As above, so below. One more. Bottom of the deck. Rabbit upside down. Rabbit medicine is about, it alludes to the law of attraction, that what you fear is actually what you are drawing to yourself. And so with it in reverse is that this is more of a, instead of a what we fear we're drawing to ourselves, we're like moving forward towards on that path. And so as above, we have squirrel, which is about the incredible process that this creature goes through every year. Its purpose is to gather and to put away. Its medicine is to, make sure that you are, stocking up for winter, that you're taking care of yourself, that you're thinking ahead in this way. And that's what Spirit is guiding me about, is like, how am I tending to myself? How am I, preparing myself for what is to come? And then the grouse is the sacred spiral. Oops, sorry guys. Which is really about, let me look up the word. It's sacred spiral. And it's about how everything comes everything's in a vortex. You sacred spiral. It's about personal power, being in your vortex. And it's very appropriate. I just went to an Abraham Hicks workshop, and it was all about personal power and your your inner guidance system, about being aligned with source, about being focused on your well-being rather than any kind of lack that you witness. It's really incredible. It's also about the energy of being in the vortex, about the energy that you are creating from that. And if I think of a vortex, you know, I live in Oklahoma and it's all about the tornadoes here, right? So a lot of that energy is just, it's like what is the inertia, what is the movement that's being created by that in an energetic way. And this is what I see here telling me is to dance more, which is a big message that I've been getting lately. So Spirit's like, I've been telling you this for a while. I hope that you're listening. So I'll start with the Lovely Ladies Tarot, again by Brittany Keller, incredible artist, really celebrates the feminine form in such a beautiful way. And I really admire her work, the way that she has put herself forward in this world. And these cards are stunning, you know, so I appreciate artists that pay attention to details. Even this is a fade from pink to pink. Okay. Mother, Father, God, please offer your guidance as we step forward into this Scorpio season. What am I rebirthing? What will be transforming? What must I keep in mind? Where is the vortex taking me? What do I need to stow away for winter? And we'll take 2 cards. Beautiful. Bottom of the deck, Knight of Swords. This speaks a lot to thoughts. Swords are mental energy. They're the way that we think, you know, the way that you'll hear it over and over again, and it's because it's so true. What you think informs the emotions in your body. And as an EFT practitioner and an NLP practitioner can absolutely speak to this, that the way that you think about yourself informs your body about your reality. And so if you can encourage your mind and train your mind to think of yourself in a certain way, you'll start creating different chemicals, and that enhances the overall well-being and the emotional state inside of ourselves, which immediately puts you into the vortex, and you're able to manifest from that state. You cannot manifest from a sad state. You're like, well, I'm thinking all of these wonderful thoughts. Yeah, but are you feeling them? So we have the 2 of Wands here, and I'm going to read from this mainly because, and take energy from it, mainly because I am just beginning to work with this deck. Keywords: new phase of life, excitement for the future, planning. That is literally all what Squirrel is about, planning for the future. A spirited woman with braided hair holds a small globe in her hands, representing the world at her fingertips and the enormous potential she holds. The eye tattoo on her chest represents leading with her heart, absolutely, and pursuing the opportunities that speak to her on a deeper level. The 2 of Wands represents an exciting new chapter of your life, motherhood, graduation, marriage, or adulthood. No matter what your next chapter is, know that it will take some planning and effort, but in the end, it will be fulfilling and beautiful. Yes, it will. Let's go to the Emperor here. I always like seeing other people's interpretation of these archetypes. Keywords: power, discipline, leadership, reliability. Yes, absolutely. Power is a big word that comes through. My pearl in the gene sequence is majesty, which or the 34, which goes from force to power to majesty. And this really great book that my teacher Emma Dunwoody recommended is Power versus Force. And it's incredible. And I would highly recommend it if you're into, if things have been difficult, if things feel so overly difficult, the biggest question you can ask yourself is, am I trying to force something? Or can I just sit in my power? You know, like where, and those lines are, it's such a fine line. It's like a sharp-edged blade, you know, you can go back and forth here. And so it's really about being in a state of receiving. Again, the vortex, the well-being, the law of attraction, all of that, you can see how it's woven in here. The Emperor is a strong-willed and is strong-willed and firm in her decisions. She always has a well thought out plan and knows how to execute it. She represents the masculine energy in all women, strong, firm, and powerful. She can command the attention of everyone in the room and knows how to lead a group to victory, no matter the odds. In her determination, she may rub people the wrong way, but some sacrifices must be made to succeed in this world. You are strong and powerful, lovely. Yeah, that's, yes, absolutely. I feel like I needed to hear that because sometimes I feel so small. Sometimes I feel so like everything's out of my control, and yet everything is in my control. And one of my favorite things that my teacher, Reverend Normandy Ellis, brought up recently in one of our classes was about leaving room for God, leaving room for spirit in our creation. And that when you co-create with spirit, and it was funny because then Abraham brought that up in our workshop about Esther having a really long list of things that she needed to do. And she was overwhelmed. And so Jerry was like, well, why don't you write it down? Or why don't you ask Abraham? Write everything down. And Abraham said, write everything down and, you know, put on one column what you can do, what you can accomplish, and then give the rest to Abraham. And she did, and everything just happened really easily. And I just love that message, leaving room for spirit, leaving room for God, leaving room for the universe to step in and offer guidance and assistance, right? We don't have to do it on our own. I just hear my little niece going, I do myself. And we don't have to be that way. We can be like, I can do it by myself, but I would really love your help. I would really love whatever magic you can bring to this. So let's see what the Rose Oracle has to say about this. I will take 2 cards, please. One as above and one for below. This one is calling out to me. That one. Ooh, beautiful. Bottom of the deck, the fertile void, cosmic womb, really. Inner winter. I'm so excited for my hibernation, by the way. Rest, patience, potency, secret beginnings. I have so many plans of things I'm going to do in my hibernation, and the first one and foremost is, I just think of that meme that's just like, I'll probably just eat a bunch of bread and get fat and sassy. And I'm totally about that. But I'm also about like that inner being inside of the cosmic womb and what's going to be birthed from that. So as above, we have the reunion, your soul recognition, collaboration, partnership, friendship. This literally leads right into exactly what I was just saying, or calling back to that about my partnership with spirit, of like, collaborate with them, you know, recognize your ability to co-create with spirit. And then below we have the sacred union, beloved within, inner and outer relationships. And this has been coming up a lot for me. You know, we have in the astrological calendar, we are in Scorpio, which is ruled by Pluto, and my Pluto is in Libra. It's actually in also the 50th gene key, which is all about, it happens to teeter back and forth between Scorpio and Libra. And so it's about, you know, having those, it's Libra's all about relationships. You know, it's also in my 7th house, which is about relationships. So this makes a lot of sense. I've been working a lot on my family dynamic and my relationship with myself and recognizing myself, right? That soul recognition about, you know, and 50, the maestro, the 50th gene key is really about your values, you know, how you walk in the life. You know, that also has to do with relationships as well. You know, family values, dynamics, all of that is intertwined with all of that. So just really appropriate, getting a lot of really beautiful synchronicities, which is what I love about all of this, because all of this lives in my, what I call my Akashic Field. And I'm actually gonna, I hopefully will teach a class on, you know, recognizing your Akashic Field, but I work a lot with the goddess Neith, who is the one that, you know, wove the web of existence. So and for me, when I see the web of existence, I'm like, oh, you mean the Akashic, like everything that has and will exist or has ever existed or exists now all lives in that, and Neith created that. And I live with her in that a lot. So yeah, it's all of this is in there. We're just reading it. We're calling it forth. Thank you, healing waters. What can we bring forth? Within your reflections as we enter the Scorpio season, what can be transformed? What guidance can you bring forward? That one wants to come forward. Ooh, okay, bottom of the deck, cleansing, releasing the old, energetic tune-up, new beginnings, anything and everything to do with Pluto. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Releasing, I mean, that's Pluto is all about rebirth and transformation, and that's what I see here. I also see this beautiful crystal, and it just so happens to match the crystal I have here, which has been with me for a while. Mr. Rabbit, we are going to share, if you don't mind. I'm going to bring another friend over here. Thank you. As above, the water oracle, psychic abilities, acting on visions, it's destined. Absolutely. I'm a firm believer that if you see it in your head that that's what you're supposed to do, even if it's outside of logic, that is spirit speaking. And that filter is something that is tuned, right? I can't tell you how to build that relationship. That is something that is your journey, and it's an incredible journey. It's such a beautifully profound, very deep journey. And if you are in that space, I absolutely call you to it. I also want to point out the sacred spirals that are here. I sometimes don't act on my visions. I'll be really honest and forthright about that I have this fear of playing too big. I'm afraid of my strength, of my power, of who I can be, because it will rock, quote unquote, the boat. Rock the boat within my dynamics, within my relationships. And in the past, that always came with some sort of punishment or abuse of some way if I rocked the boat too much. And I recognize now that I'm an adult and that I can make my own decisions, but that's a really hard cognitive process to not to reverse, but to realign within my head. It's like, you dig a trench for so long that it's really hard to get out of the trench when you need to go build a new one. And so that's really where I am with that. I'll be honest. Again, to figure this out better. We are doing the best we can today. And then we have clear waters here, which is about clear vision. Again, visions, confirmation, right timing, opportunity. And this is just really telling me about living in my body. There's a turtle here with Pachamama. I've been singing to her a lot lately, and she likes it when I get up and I sing to her first thing in the morning, that like I greet her, I like say hello to her. She really, really, just so, it's just wonderful. So I have a very deep, profound relationship with Mary Magdalene. She is in my teachings and in the energies that speak to me. She is my master. She is like, if I were a Jedi, she would be my master. And she's teaching me through she's taking me to different temples, interior, exterior temples, inner, outer temples, to work with different people in order to prepare me, like to do my training. And so we're gonna pull a card to see what she has to say about all of this. I pretty consistently feel her hands on my shoulders, holding the seeds. You know, the power of Nsamiya, a seed, is all encapsulated inside of that seed. The power to grow a mighty oak tree lives inside of a seed. Like, I literally have here on my altar a peach seed, right, that's been with me for a while, and it reminds me that this seed is capable of creating a peach tree and fruit and bearing fruit. And like, that to me is just so incredibly profound, that something so small can build beauty. And that when tending to the seeds, when you're holding the seeds, and she's also holding a pomegranate, which has everything to do with Persephone and like, you know, going into Scorpio season, that's totally perfect, right? The underworld, that, the pomegranate is also incredibly beautiful towards women's health and different goddesses. You know, the goddess I also work with is Sekhmet, and big teacher for me. And it is said that the gods, when Sekhmet, when she was angry at humanity because she saw their injustice, Sekhmet is a guardian of Ma'at, and so Ma'at is the goddess of cosmic order, of truth, of justice, of, you know, she also is very Libran, and that she has like scales that you measure your hearts at when you're entering into the underworld. And so she's a guardian of this, like Matt is, and she saw what humanity was doing to each other. So she came in and she was like, first she started off with the people that were just, you know, were not following a path. They were not in their well-being. And the legend goes that she got bloodthirsty. And what I've received from her is that she saw the imperfection of humans and couldn't stop herself, because she was like, she's also a part of the cosmic order and the cosmic creation, and she could be a part of the Akashic web of everything that is and everything that was, and you could see everything that could possibly happen with that, and just kind of wanted to destroy everything and like, let's just start over, right? Like, let's just wipe this clean. We'll like, you know, we don't need humans. We'll get them out of here. That's fine. And the gods mixed pomegranate juice with beer, and she mistook it for blood, and was lulled. And that's when they say Bast appeared. There's a lot of different legends around all of that, but that's one that like rings really true. So I love that this is here. Just throwing that out there. That's a really interesting story. The time is ripe and the ground is fertile for your project. Whew. Whether it is creating or designing a new life or starting a new venture, the time is now. Look at this. She's like, bitch, everything's here. Like and this is, you know, the pomegranate is also the holy fruit. So I love that. The pomegranate is a universal symbol of fertility. Has many seeds. Again, King Solomon, wow, designed his crown on the pomegranate serrated crown like flower bud. He has also decorated the walls of his temple in Jerusalem in its image. Wow. This fruit in particular is just all throughout all of these incredible stories and lore that our history is built upon. So we're also going to pull from the Isis Oracle. Now it is said that Mary Magdalene was a priestess of Isis. But in order to be a priestess of Isis, you must be a priestess of all and go through all of the other initiations of the goddesses. And so Isis is Isis is Mary's master. And so in essence, this is my teacher's teacher coming forward and sharing what she sees, you know. Blessed Isis, we call forth any lessons that you see of how I may walk as below. Please offer. I am here. I am listening. I am ready to receive. Pyramid of light. Step your vibration deeper into love. I mean, yes, of course. But not of course. Obviously, there's I know what she's talking about. This is a very deep lesson that has been coming through to me a lot lately. It is all over everything I've been touching lately about being in a space of love and it's not like it's like allowing the humanness to come through. It's not that at all. It's more of humans that we are beings of love, and to remember that, and in that way you are being more in alignment with who you actually are, with source, where you came from, with your well-being, with the vortex, with Abraham, with Mary, with Isis, with with God, Mother God, with the universe, with source, that they resonate in love. And sometimes it's really easy to not be in that vibration, to get caught up in the head, to get caught up in the thoughts and the worries and I hear frugalness, I hear fear, I hear lack mentality, I hear all of these things that is leading you away from your well-being. And what she's reminding me is to step deeper into love. What does that feel like? As a being growing in significant light, darker energies can become more attracted to you. There is nothing to fear, and only more mastery and awareness of the power and protection of divine love to experience. Here is guidance on the skills you have within you now to deal with any undesired interference. The Pyramid of Light confirms that energies have been causing interference with your path, and it is time now to end that interference with love and compassion. And the words here are psychic protection, which is all about, again, psychic abilities. And so I'm so honored to have this message coming through. I'm going to read this because I'm all about the I am statements. I am love. I am light. To manage my own energy field, I have every right. Compassion, peace, and strength I am. I witness the dark with peace in my heart. In my energy, there is only space for love. That is unconditional and gentle as the dove. I am unconditional love. I am unconditional love. I am unconditional love. Be well, beloveds. Thank you for being here today. All spirits, all souls, all teachers, all energies, the dark and the light. I am unconditional love. I step deeper into the vibration of love and into the pyramid of light. I recognize the seeds in my hands as my teacher has shown me. I see who I am through the cards that have shown up, and the teachers and the creatures that have offered their presence today. Thank you to the artists. Thank you to the people who created these cards. Thank you to those who contributed in every way to this reading. To those that mined the crystals, to those that made the table. I offer my thanks and my goodwill and my blessings to all. Be well.